Tonight, you are going somewhere patient, somewhere that has waited a very long time. 2,500 years. Stone and olive and salt air have kept watch. They have kept watch through all the long centuries, patient, the way only very old cities can be. You are going to Athens, ancient Athens. You are going at the last hour of the day. The Agora has fallen silent. Oil lamps burn low in the houses. The great rock of the Acropolis holds the dying light. It holds it the way a cupped hand holds an ember, gently, not wanting to let go. You are going in the hour the Athenians loved best, the hour after supper. The talk has grown easy and quiet. The day's sharp edges have all been softened. The night is wide and cool and full of stars. You don't need to carry anything. You don't need to prepare. All you need is to let your body grow heavy, really heavy. Let it settle into whatever is beneath you, solid and warm and still. Let your breath move slowly, in and out, the way the sea breathes against stone. The city will do the rest. It knows how to receive a traveler at nightfall. It has been doing it for centuries. Come with me then. The road is already under your feet. The first thing you notice is the smell, even before you see the city, even before the marble. The air brings you Athens. It is layered. It is old. It takes a moment to come apart. Baked limestone, holding the day's warmth, the green breath of olive trees, wood smoke from 100 evening hearths, and beneath all of it, faint and vast, the sea. The harbor is 3 miles south, but the Aegean wind has carried its breath inland. It lives here, in the evening air, 1 foot on land, 1 in the water. That is this city. That has always been this city. The road beneath your sandals is the sacred way, worn smooth by centuries of feet, feet of merchants, feet of philosophers, feet of priests, feet of simple people walking home. The stones are the warm gray of old bone. They hold the sun's heat. Old stone always does. They are releasing it now, slowly, into the cooling air. When you walk over them, you feel it, a warmth against your soles, the long day stored and given back. Dust rises with your steps, fine white dust. It catches the last of the amber light and drifts slowly sideways in the gentlest of breezes. To your left, an olive grove slopes away. It falls gently down the hillside. Rows of ancient trees stand there. Each one is gnarled into its own shape. Each trunk is twisted by decades of sun and wind. They are sculptural, strange, full of dignity. The leaves are the color olive leaves always are. In evening light, their undersides show silver green. They turn in the breeze and shimmer. The whole grove seems lit from within. An owl calls once, from somewhere deep among the trunks, a single round, unhurried note, and then silence. The grove breathes around you. It is rustling. It is warm. Ahead, the Acropolis catches the last of the sun. It rises on its high platform of rock. The Parthenon stands on the summit, the way a very calm person stands. It is not showing off. It is not demanding anything. It is simply itself, entirely present, entirely at ease. The light plays across its marble columns. It turns them amber, and then rose. Then a soft gold so deep it is almost copper. The shadows of the columns fall long across the platform. They stretch east, like dark fingers reaching toward the night. Night is gathering in that direction. The sight of it, that great quiet temple, on its great quiet rock, it does something to your breath. Against the deepening blue of the evening sky, your breath begins to slow, gently, without effort. Your body understands something. Your mind hasn't caught up yet. You have arrived somewhere worth being present for. The road carries you down into the lower city. Houses rise on either side, low white walls, red-tiled roofs, wooden shutters flung open to the cooling air. Through open doorways, you catch glimpses, lamplit courtyards, a woman at a low stool, spinning. The thread runs between her fingers, easy with long practice. Two children chase each other around a wellhead. Their laughter is quick and bright, then swallowed by the evening. An old man stands in a doorway, his back against the wall, his face tipped up, catching the last warmth. His eyes are half closed, entirely content. The city is settling around you, the way cities always settle at dusk. It draws its breath in. It releases the day's noise, slowly. It finds its nighttime quietness from the inside out. Dogs lie stretched in doorways. A donkey stands still in a side lane, eyes half closed. Somewhere, a woman is singing, low and soft. The song drifts over the walls. No words you can make out, only the melody, easy, untroubled, going nowhere in particular. Your footsteps slow. There is no hurry here. The night is generous. The lane ends at a small square. A well sits at its center. Around the well, 3 old women are seated on low stools. Their voices are very quiet. The words dissolve before they reach you. You hear only the sound, the comfortable, unhurried murmur of people who have known each other for many years. The words are almost incidental, only an occasion for one voice to be near another, only the shape friendship takes in its evening form. One of them is working something with her hands. In the near dark, a piece of cloth, you think, or a length of cord. She is working without looking. Her hands know what to do. They do not need to be watched. Another has her head tipped back. She is looking at the stars. Her face is entirely open, patient, and undemanding. The third sees you pass. She nods once. The nod of someone who has seen travelers pass this well, at this hour, for 30 years. Someone who made peace, long ago, with the full variety of human waywardness. You nod back and walk on. Their voices fade behind you, absorbed into the sounds of the street. The Agora opens around you. Like an exhaled breath, it opens. The first thing you feel is space, the release of it. The closed lanes of the lower city fall away behind you. The sky spreads enormous above. Evening stars are already appearing in the east. By day this place is all noise and motion. Market stalls crowd the ground. Philosophers hold court beneath the colonnades. Politicians argue near the bema. Children duck between the legs of horses. All the tremendous business of Athenian life, at full volume, at high speed. But now, in the hour before full dark, the Agora has gone quiet. Only public spaces can go this quiet at nightfall. It settles into a stillness. That stillness carries something, a memory of all the life that passed through here during daylight hours, like a room still warm from a fire. The fire has burned down, the stalls have been cleared, the awnings rolled up, the merchants gone home to their suppers. What remains are the bones of the place, the packed earth underfoot, the stoa running along the southern edge, that long, roofed colonnade. Merchants sell there by day. Philosophers discourse at noon. Now it stands empty and shadowed. Its columns are pale in the gathering dusk. Its recesses are already dark. A cat moves along the base of the stoa. It moves with boneless confidence. Cats in every city have this same grace. Cats in every century share it. The cat pauses once to wash a paw. It doesn't interrupt its trajectory. Then it continues on some errand, too dignified to explain. You walk out into the center of the open ground, and you stop there. The city surrounds you in a wide circle. The hills, the houses, the silhouettes of monuments. Above everything else, the Acropolis rises on its rock to the south. The Parthenon glows faintly. The sky behind it is darkening. The last of the daylight is trapped in its marble. A lamp is burning in the stoa. One lamp at the far end. Someone left it there. Someone left it for someone. It is a single warm point of light in the long shadow. Its reflection travels the polished stone floor, slowly, like a fish, a slow golden fish moving through still water. The evening star has risen now, then another beside it, then more, coming out one by one. Quiet truths reveal themselves this way, not all at once, in their own time, in order of their brightness. The sky above the Agora is thick with them now. A road of light runs from horizon to horizon. No walls here, no roof, nothing between you and the full dark of the Greek night, except the air itself. The air is clean, faintly salty, cool in the way that Mediterranean evenings are cool, not cold, never cold at this hour, but refreshed. The night has quietly replaced the day's heat. It has brought something kinder, something more suitable for sleeping. Near the low stone monument, you sit down, the center of the Agora, the navel of the city. The step beneath you is broad and still warm from the sun. Your hands rest on your knees. Your breath moves in and out, gently, without effort. The city murmurs at the edges of the square, a door closing, a lamp lit behind a shutter. Someone calls a name, once, from a high window. Then the silence absorbs it. All of it is ordinary. All of it is reassuring. This is what a city sounds like when the day is done. The people inside it are at peace. An olive tree grows near the monument, ancient, enormous. Its trunk is like braided rope. Its canopy extends in every direction. It smells of the warm oil stored in its fruit. Its leaves move with the faintest breath of air, the tiniest silver-green shimmer catching your eye. The sound they make is soft. You could listen to it for a long time. You'd never want it to change. You have nowhere to be. The stars wheel slowly above you. The monument is warm beneath your palms. The Agora is still. The city is settling, settling into its night. The path begins at the western face. The great rock rises above you. It climbs in long switchbacks across the limestone. 10,000 years of feet have smoothed it. Almost like marble it is, pale and faintly luminous. The starlight finds it easily. You begin to climb. Your legs find the rhythm quickly. The long, easy stride comes naturally, a gradual ascent, and the body knows. Each step takes you a little higher. The city opens a little wider beneath you. Climbing here feels less like effort. It is like slowly becoming part of the air. The city falls away below you as you rise. Rooftops first, then courtyards, visible from above, then the full sweep of the Agora. A single lamp still burns in the dark stoa, and then the whole lower city, laid out in its irregular grid of lanes, of alleys, of quiet, lit here and there by lamps at doorways, the occasional fire in a courtyard. From above, Athens looks like a field of stars, dim stars, reflected from the great field above. The harbor lies far to the south, only a dark shape against a lighter dark, and beyond it, vast and still, barely distinguishable from the sky, the Aegean. A breath from it finds you, even here, cool and salt and impossibly clean. The path narrows ahead of you. The great gateway waits. The propylaea stands before you, 5 columns and a staircase. The marble is worn smooth at the center of each step, almost white in the dark. The spaces between the columns frame rectangles of sky, star-filled sky. You walk through without breaking stride. Your hand trails along one column. The marble is smooth under your fingers, faintly cool to the touch. Stone holds its own quiet temperature. When it has been in shadow for hours, it forgets the warmth of your hand. It is indifferent, perfectly indifferent. And then you are on the plateau itself. Everything opens at once. The Parthenon stands before you, across the broad, flat summit of the rock. At night, without the crowds, without the noise, it is something else entirely. By day, it belongs to the city, to the politics and ceremonies and pride of Athens. But at night, it belongs to itself. It belongs to the sky and to this quiet. The columns are enormous and close-spaced. In the starlight, they glow with a faint internal whiteness, as if the marble were lit from within, as if the light that soaked into it over centuries were returning now. Darkness has released it. The frieze high on the outer wall is dim, but present. The carved procession of the Panathenaic festival moves there. Riders and maidens and musicians, all of them moving in their arrested stone moment, going nowhere and everywhere at once, forever mid-stride, forever peaceful. You walk around the outside of the temple, slowly. Your footsteps are barely audible. The cut stone receives them in silence. The columns accompany you on your left, each one the thickness of 3 people. They reach up into the dark, up to where they meet the architrave. Beyond the columns, through them, the plain of Attica opens away, in every direction. To the south, the sea. To the north, the hills of the city. Beyond those hills, a long valley runs. It runs toward Marathon. To the west, the mountains are dark shapes, still, waiting. They stand against a sky that holds something, a last faint trace, a blue-violet at its edge, so thin you would miss it if you weren't looking. To the east, full night, and in the full night, the stars. Orion is already rising, over the mountains, over the far edge of the plain. His belt, 3 bright points in a row. The sword hangs below them in its cluster of faint companions. You sit on a broad stone at the edge of the plateau. Your legs hang over the edge. Your hands rest on the warm stone at your sides. The world is spread below you and around you. In every direction, the sleeping city, the sea, the mountains, the plain, the stars. The night air moves past your face, without urgency, without need. The Parthenon is warm behind you, solid and ancient and calm. You can feel it there. You don't need to look. Then the owl calls again, closer now, somewhere on the rock itself, and you know, without knowing how you know, that this owl belongs to Athena. It has always been here. It will be here after everything else is gone. It is keeping the old night company. The owl calls from the shadow of the eastern colonnade. You turn to look. There it is, perched on the outermost column's top, small and round-headed, still against the great marble drum, an Athenian little owl. This small grey-brown bird appears on every Athenian coin, on every piece of pottery, on the goddess's shield. Its eyes are wide and gold-yellow. They catch the starlight with an almost alarming brightness. Such brightness in such a small face. 2 points of amber intelligence regard you, without concern, without threat. Only that pure owlish attention, watching something very old, watching something very young. You watch each other for a long moment. The owl does not flinch. It is accustomed to visitors on this hill. It has been watching visitors here for as long as there has been an Athens to visit. Its round head turns slightly, tracking something you cannot see or hear, some moth drifting through the dark. Then it turns back to you, as if to confirm you are still there, as if to finish whatever it was saying before the distraction. Athena chose the owl as her creature. The owl can see in darkness. Wisdom, too, is a kind of sight. It works best when the bright distractions have been put away, when the noise has quieted, when the crowd has gone home. There is only the clear dark, and what you actually know, and what you actually are. Nighttime has always belonged to Athena, more than the brilliant noon does. The noon belongs to action, to debate, to the city's noise doing its business. But the night belongs to the mind, settling into itself, to the long, slow turning over of the day's thoughts, until they find their proper place, to the deep, wordless understanding, the kind that comes only when you're very still. You breathe out slowly, all the way, until there's nothing left. Then let your body breathe back in, without helping it, without effort, just the simple intelligence of your lungs, doing what they know. The owl watches. The stars are extraordinary. In this era, there is no lamp not made of oil, no glass window to separate room air from sky air. The Athenian night is absolutely entirely dark between the lights. The stars that fill that darkness are not the pale wash you might know. They are thick and brilliant and present. They press down through the clear Greek air, something like physical weight, the weight of all that light, having traveled so very far. The goddess does not appear. She never simply appears, but her owl is here. Her temple is behind you, warm and solid and enormous. The intelligence that built this place is here. The particular human wisdom that looked at a bare rock above a city and decided to build here the most beautiful thing they knew how to build, precisely, carefully, well, an act of gratitude toward understanding itself, that intelligence is present in every stone. You sit in it the way you'd sit in warm water. It holds you, without effort. After a while, a long while, or a short one, the rock makes time difficult to measure. You rise, you descend the path again, slowly now. The city reassembles itself around you. The summit shrinks above. Houses grow up on either side. The lamplight is more frequent now. The city has come fully into its nighttime state. Small warm lights scatter through the dark. The smell of the lower streets is warmer too. Wood smoke, cooking oil. There is the sweet smell of a fig tree. It overhangs a wall near the foot of the hill. Heavy with fruit, some has fallen. The air fills with concentrated sweetness, almost dizzying. You find the house by feeling rather than by sight. A low white house on a lane. The lane turns twice before it ends. A wooden door stands slightly ajar. You hear a fountain beyond it. You push the door open gently. You step inside. The central courtyard is open to the sky. All Athenian courtyards are. The sky that fills it is the full black sky of the Greek night. All its stars are present, all accounted for. 4 white walls frame it, a rectangle of pure dark blue. In the center, a small fountain plays, a column of stone. Water runs from a lion's mouth. It falls into a shallow basin. The sound is small and constant, impossibly soothing, a thread of living water. Stone quiet surrounds it all. An orange tree grows near one wall. Its leaves are dark and glossy. They smell of something resinous and clean. A clay lamp hangs from a hook. The flame is steady in the still air. The enclosed space holds it. It burns a warm orange. The white walls turn amber. There is a cushioned bench along the south wall. It sits where the stone holds warmth all day. You find it. You sit down. The courtyard arranges itself around you. The fountain, the tree, the lamp, and the stars in their rectangle of sky. Beneath the sound of the water, the house is quiet, entirely quiet. The family is asleep. You can feel it, that particular weight of shared sleep. It lies over a house at the end of a good day. It is a heaviness, but not oppression. It is a warmth. It asks nothing of you, except to add your own quietness to it. The fountain speaks in its small voice, continuously. Not words, not quite music, only the sound of water finding its level, over and over. It is the same sound water has made over stone since the first rains, since before there were ears to hear it. It requires nothing. It is complete in itself at every moment. It does not wait for a better moment. It simply is what it is. You lean your back against the warm wall. You let your head fall slightly back. You look up at the rectangle of stars. You listen to the fountain. You breathe. The breath comes easily, more easily than it has all evening. This is the quietest place you have found yet, a courtyard, inside a house, inside a city, inside a night, concentric rings of quiet all the way down. A cricket is singing somewhere near the orange tree. One cricket, unhurried. Its song is a rhythmic pulse. It finds the space between the water sounds and fills it without conflict. The two together form something more complete than either alone. You close your eyes, you listen to them, the water and the cricket, the fountain and the dark summer insect. Under your closed eyelids, the lamplight still warms the darkness a little, a faint amber glow, the color of sleep itself, the color of the inside of the eyelid when you are very close to rest. The stone at your back is warm. The air is cool at your face. Your hands are heavy in your lap. Your shoulders have found their lowest position. You did not notice the descent. Somewhere in the house, a sleeper shifts and settles back. They exhale deeply, the long, slow exhalation of someone already far below the surface of ordinary awareness. They are breathing the long breaths of the completely still. The cricket ticks, the fountain murmurs, the lamp flame stands perfectly upright in the still air. It is offering its small orange light to no one. It is asking no one to look. It is simply burning with the full commitment of a flame that will burn until the oil is gone, and that is enough. You leave the courtyard before sleep takes you, drawn outward by a wish. You want to see the city from its edge. The lanes end there. The fields begin there. The sound of Athens fades behind you, like a tide going out. The northern gate is not far. The guards tonight are two old men. They've been sitting together so long, they seem to have become part of the stonework. Their voices drop to nothing as you pass. A quiet nod. They understand. A traveler at this hour is past the need for conversation. Beyond the gate, the road runs straight, through olive groves. These groves have been here longer than the wall itself, longer than the gate, possibly longer than the city that grew up around them. The trees are enormous, not ordered rows of a newer planting. These are old Attic olives. Their trunks have grown into forms, less like cultivated trees, more like sculptures made by weather and time. Twisted and bowed, reaching in several directions at once. The bark is pale, silver gray in the starlight. The low canopy of leaves moves with the faintest air, a continuous whisper. The road between the trees is soft, soft with leaves gone to dust. Your footsteps are muffled to nothing. The air here is the purest of the evening, cool and still. It carries that green mineral smell. Old olive groves hold this smell after dark, an ancient smell, the smell of a tree that has been alive longer than the oldest person you have ever known. It will be alive long after the last story about this city has been told, forgotten, rediscovered again. You walk into the grove a little way. The city dims behind you. Its sounds are reduced to almost nothing. A dog, far off, the faint music of someone's flute, barely there. Among the olive trees, the stars are different, not the full sky of the Acropolis plateau. Glimpsed through the ceiling of leaves, in fragments, in gaps, in irregular windows of deep blue-black, one star, or three, or a trailing edge of the Milky Way, briefly visible. Then the leaves shift and close, a different window opens. You have to stand still for a moment, let your eyes adjust. When they do, the grove comes clear, silver and deep shadow. Each tree is a shape of its own. Each shadow is its own particular darkness. The whisper of the leaves is almost constant, not a wind, a breathing. The grove, breathing in and out, on some rhythm too slow to measure, too vast to be concerned with your presence or your passing. You sit with your back against one of the great old trunks. The bark is rough against your shoulders, cool and faintly textured. It is the texture of something very old. It has survived everything. It asks the world for only a little soil, a little water, the long, patient turning of years. The roots of the tree are enormous around you. They surface and submerge in the earth. They rise and sink and rise again. Where you sit, the ground between them is soft. Years of fallen leaves, a dry and rustling cushion. It gives slightly under your weight. You bring your knees up slowly. Your spine lengthens against the trunk, vertebra by vertebra, finding the tree's shape. Above you, the leaves shift, the stars appear and disappear. The tree breathes and breathes and breathes. There is no wind, really, only the grove's own breath. The warmth stored in the earth rises slowly through the canopy. It cools as it lifts. In that breath, the sound of leaves becomes an ocean sound, a wave sound, something between hissing and whispering. It has no message, no language, only the pure fact of air moving through 10,000 thin leaves at once, 10,000 small sounds, adding up into one sound. It is as continuous as anything you have ever heard, as peaceful as anything you have ever known. You do not fall asleep in the grove. Though you could, the tree would let you. The night would not object. But there is one more place. You know it, without quite deciding. Your feet find the road, back through the gate. Your mind hasn't finished asking where you're going. The guards have fallen asleep themselves, both of them. The old men, one sleeping upright, his staff balanced in the crook of his arm, heads together, the mechanical expertise of someone who has slept on duty for 20 years. No one's ever said a word about it. You slip past, without disturbing them. The city at this hour, whatever hour this is, second watch perhaps, the middle of the night, when even the restless have given up, they've found their beds. The city is the most itself now. In the daytime, Athens is a performance. The philosophers perform their thinking. The merchants perform their trading. The politicians perform their virtue. The athletes perform their strength. But now the performers are in their beds. The stage is empty. You can see the city's actual structure, its bones, its shape. A dark theater shows its true architecture after the audience has left. The lights have gone to black. The lanes are clean lanes. The walls are honest walls. The dogs stretched in doorways, simply dogs, sleeping with no audience, entirely comfortable in their own existence. You pass the gymnasium on its wide corner lot. The pale colonnade is closed for the night. The wrestling ground beyond it is dark and still. By day, this place rings with sound, the slap of sandals on packed earth, the thud of grappling holds, found and broken. instructors calling corrections, voices sharpened by years of use. But now, the gymnasium belongs to the night air. It belongs to the smell of sand filling the wrestling ground. It belongs to the olive oil soaked into the bathing room floors, soaked in over decades. The effect is of a place that knows how to wait. It is patient with its own emptiness. It understands the training will resume. Until then, nothing is required of it. Beside the gymnasium, a fig tree has pushed through the wall's foundation. It found its way over many years. Its roots found the water running underground. Its trunk has grown thick and heavy with the effort. At this hour, its broad leaves are dark and still. Its fruit hangs in clusters. The skin of the figs, green and purple, warm from the day. The smell of them is so ripe, so sweet, it slows you for a moment. That particular smell of a fig at the peak of its ripeness, halfway between fruit and something sweeter, something almost fermented, an ancient smell, as old as the groves themselves. A fountain runs at the next lane crossing, a public one, open to anyone. No one is at it at this hour. The water falls from its mouth into its trough without witnesses. It's happy in its way, or perhaps beyond happiness, into something simpler, something that doesn't need a name. You stop beside it. You put your hand under the flow. The water is cool, genuinely cool, coming from underground, where the temperature holds steady all summer. It runs over your palm, between your fingers. It falls in small bright threads, back into the trough. The sound of it is the sound the courtyard fountain made, smaller and in the open air, but the same essential note, water moving where gravity takes it, continuous, clean, without complication. You stand there for a while, with your hand in the water. You're not thinking about anything in particular. The lane is quiet. The stars are still, in the patches of sky above the roof lines. The water is cool. The night is warm. Your breath has settled into its long, even rhythm. The rhythm that only comes when there's no reason it should be otherwise. When you take your hand away and let it dry in the air, the warm night draws the moisture off in moments. The cool feeling lingers in your palm, against your fingers. It's like a gift, one that doesn't know it's being given. Your feet know the way back. You let them move. One lane, then another. White walls stood on either side. Shadows of lamps showed behind shutters. Warm orange glows lit households, going about their last business before bed, banking a fire, filling a water jug, setting bread to rise for morning. Through one unshuttered window, high and small, you heard a voice reading aloud, low and even. The rhythm was unmistakable, even without the words. Someone reading by lamplight from a scroll, the voice barely above a murmur, reading themselves to sleep, perhaps, or reading to a child already asleep, language made private and tender in the night time. The lane opens. You're back at the edge of the Agora. The lamp in the stoa is still burning, faithful and small. The stars above the open square are as bright as when you first walked through. The olive tree by the monument is still moving, its particular whisper still. You cross the square slowly. Your feet drag a little on the warm stone. The city is entirely quiet around you now. The last of the murmuring is done, the last of the doors closed, the last lamp extinguished in the houses around the edges, all except the one in the stoa. It will keep its vigil until the oil is spent. The deep quiet. There is a place at the center of the Agora. The paths from every direction converge there. A broad, flat stone, older than the paving around it, set a little deeper in the earth, smooth as a threshold worn by countless feet. You stand on it now. You look up. The city curves around you in all its sleeping warmth. The Acropolis is visible above the roof lines to the south, marble pale and tall against the dark. The stars are very bright and very still. Your body has gone heavy, not tired heavy, rested heavy, the weight of a body that has walked and sat and breathed and seen, that has moved through an ancient city at its gentlest hour, that has absorbed something quiet, something large. Your shoulders are below your ears, your hands are relaxed at your sides, your breath comes in without effort, it leaves without effort. The space between the out-breath and the in-breath is longer than it was, entirely comfortable, a natural pause, a rest at the bottom of a tide. The Greeks had a word, hesychia. It translates as stillness, as quiet, but it means something more than that. It means the deep interior peace, the condition of the wisest mind. The peace is not the absence of things, it is the presence of something, a fullness that feels like quiet, the way a room full of warm air feels somehow empty. The philosophers argued about it. Of course they argued. This was Athens. Some said it was the goal of the philosophical life. Others said it came and went, like weather. It could not be pursued. It could only be received. Standing here, at the center of the empty Agora, standing at the center of the night, the lamp in the stoa does its small, faithful work. The owl somewhere on the rock gives its single low note, once more, in the dark. You think they were probably both right. You don't need to settle it. The question can rest, along with everything else, here, in the quiet. You find yourself there, without quite deciding on it. A bench near the great olive tree, long enough to lie on. The night warm enough, lying on your back, the smooth wood beneath you, one arm behind your head. You look up through the canopy. The olive leaves shift and turn above you. Stars appear and disappear and come back again. The stone beneath the bench is warm. The wood beneath your back is smooth, and the air around you, green and mineral and ancient. The oil of the olive leaves, that is what you smell. Above it, faint sea salt, carried in from the Aegean on the night wind, and above that, so high it barely counts as a smell, the cold, clean breath of the stars themselves. The lamp in the stoa is the last light. The city is the last warmth. The stars are the last witnesses. They are not watching closely. They are not watching anything in particular, simply burning, with the absolute indifference of things, things that have been burning for so long. Burning is simply what they are. The way sleeping is simply what you are becoming, right now, without any effort at all, here on this bench, in the Agora of ancient Athens. The olive tree turns above you. The fountain, you can barely hear it from here, still playing, somewhere behind the walls, quiet, just that soft sound, and the leaves. The Agora itself is breathing now. You feel certain of it, the whole expanse of it, breathing, the packed earth, the warm stones, the colonnade, the monuments, breathing in the slow way of something that has absorbed 10,000 days, the heat of them, the noise of them, the motion. It is releasing all of that now, in the quiet. The way a field releases warmth at nightfall, the way a beach releases the sound of the day's waves into the evening silence. You are lying at the center of that breathing. You are part of it. One more warm thing at rest, among warm things at rest, and this, you understand, is what the Agora was always for. Not just the debates, not just the markets, not just the democratic business of the day, but also this. A place wide enough, and open enough, and old enough to hold the whole night, to hold the stars, to hold the particular quality of stillness, the stillness that only comes to a city when it's finally done all it can do, when it has let everything else wait until morning. The last moments. Your body has become very still, not stiff, still, like a pool when nothing disturbs it. Each layer of water finds its rest, all the way down to the bottom. Your arms are still, your legs are still, your hands have opened a little, the fingers neither grasping nor reaching, simply there, warm against the wood, present without purpose. Breath in, the smell of olive leaves, the faint sea. Breath out, all the way, easy and complete. Notice how little effort that took. Notice how your body already knows. It has always known. It has always known exactly how to do this. Breathing in, breathing out, in the old dark, in the warm night, with the whole ancient city quiet around you. Your chest rises and falls without instruction. Your heartbeat does its patient work. It does not ask to be noticed. Everything that keeps you alive is doing it now, quietly, without making demands, freeing you to simply be the person breathing, the person warm, the person here. Breathe in again, longer this time, slower, letting the air arrive without hurrying it, filling from the bottom of the lungs upward, the way water fills a vessel, the lowest space first, then the middle, then the highest, until you are full of it, full of the Athenian night, the olive smell, the stone smell, the distant salt of the sea. It has been breathing with you since you arrived here, one vast breath beneath all your smaller breaths, and out, all the way, every bit of it, until you are light, until there is nothing left to hold on to, until you are simply the shape of a person resting in the dark. And in the space after that, the space that is longer now, longer than it was, Athens rests around you. Your body has been learning all evening to trust this space. The temple on its hill rests, quietly, solidly. The philosophers are in their beds. The scholars have rolled up their scrolls. The merchants have counted their coins and set them aside. The potter's wheels are still. The ships in the harbor at Piraeus are rocking gently, rocking on the dark water, their hulls breathing with the seas breathing, their lines slack, their sails furled, still. The whole tremendous argument that is this city rests. The argument about how to live, about what is true, about what is just, about what is beautiful. The argument has been adjourned until morning. It will pick up again at first light, at the first sound of the market, at the first debate opening in the stoa, but that is morning, and morning is very far away. For now, there is only stillness. The owl does not call again. The lamp in the stoa will burn for another hour, then quietly go out. The darkness will be complete. The stars will be the only light. The city breathes in its sleep, the way a city breathes. Slow commerce of air through 10,000 sleeping lungs, 10,000 sleeping chests, rising and falling, and somewhere in that breathing, you are breathing too, indistinguishable, part of it, held. Your eyes are closed, the stars are out of sight, but still there. You can feel them somehow, the weight of all that light, the presence of all that distance, the long comfort of the sky, going on in every direction, without urgency. The bench is warm beneath you, the olive tree is above you, the city is around you. And under everything, like a very slow current, like the bass note beneath all other notes, you can feel the rock itself, the ancient limestone, the stone below the stone, the earth below the stone, holding this city, holding every person in it, holding you along with all of them, steady, patient, entirely without effort. Let everything go now, the questions, the names, the plans, the day behind you and the day ahead. Let them go, the way the city let them go, easily, without grief, because they will be there in the morning, because morning always comes, because the stars always return to where they started, because the Agora will fill again with voices, the Parthenon will be gold again in the new sun, the hour will have returned to its hidden place, content with a night's work done. Let your breath find its rhythm, and then lose it. The rhythm dissolving into something less precise, something softer than a rhythm, a pattern as loose as the movement of leaves, as variable as the sound of a fountain, playing somewhere behind the warm white walls, playing for no one, playing because water moves and stone receives it, playing because it has always been playing, always will. Athens sleeps, and with it so do you.